Hello, and welcome to Wages of Cine, 31 Days of Horror. I'm Dan Beck. Lucio Fulci's The Beyond, also known as the Seven Doors of Death. I got to screen this at the local college where I live. They had a screening of this on the big screen. It was an uncut version, and it looked amazing. The colors were good. It was really nice to see this on the big screen. So The Beyond is set in Louisiana. Liza inherits a hotel, and she's trying to restore this hotel so she can open it for business. And some mysterious things happen. She runs into a girl by the name of Emily, who's blind.
Go back to where you came from and hurry. Leave this place.
What we've seen in the beginning and what Emily describes to Liza is that
60 years ago, everybody in this hotel disappeared. Every last person. A painter called Zweig, who lived here, closeted in his room, had found a key.
Schwick lived in the hotel, and he was thought to be a warlock, so a mob came in and they killed him and nailed him to one of the walls, which was supposed to open a doorway to hell.
Woe be unto him who opens one of the 7 gateways to hell, because through that gateway evil will invade the world.
The room that he was in when he was murdered was room 36. And while they're doing restoration and stuff, room 36 keeps buzzing, and she finally goes up to room 36 after talking to Emily to see what is in this room. And when she goes into the room, she finds the Book of Ebon, and this describes all of the stuff about it opening the doorway to hell. Along the way, because of some accidents that have happened, Lisa befriends a doctor by the name of John, and they start to unravel what's going on, and we see a bunch of supernatural stuff going on in this. And it all culminates in a big fight against a bunch of zombies, or the living dead. And they have to have a gunfight to destroy them and eventually get back to the hotel. And then while in the hotel, they try to hide, and they're fighting, and they end up going through the doorway, and the final scene is them in hell. Now, Lucio Fulci, when he first wrote this, he was writing a story that was more metaphysical. It didn't have zombies in it and stuff. But the German distributors that wanted to distribute this movie, zombie movies were all the craze in the early 80s. So they wanted him to put zombies in it. So he went back and he rewrote his story and added zombies. In this, Lucio Fulci has 2 cameos. One, there's a bar scene where the doctor goes to answer the phone, and in one of the reflections of the mirror behind the bar, you can see Lucio Fulci. The other, one of the decorators goes to the library where they keep records of all the buildings and stuff in this town, and the caretaker of the library, the librarian, he is Lucio Fulci. That's Lucio Fulci playing the character. So The Beyond is part of the Death trilogy that Lucio Fulci made. It's City of the Living Dead and House by the Cemetery. This falls second in that. And in the movie, there's a painting that keeps showing. Schweck is making this painting. He's painting this at the very beginning of the movie, and we get to see it through the course of the movie in several places. And it seems that when people touch the painting or interact with it, their hands start bleeding. But this painting is reflected in the final scene of the movie. And it has like people covered in sand laying out on just like a desolate area that just is a great expanse, is the abyss. And it's said that the people that are laying out on this ground in this scene were homeless people that they got off the street, and they paid them in alcohol to lay there and be covered with sand and be in the scene. The main thing that people love about this movie, it's the plot is a little meandering. It's kind of hard to follow because it's not straight linear, and it's has metaphysical stuff in there, so there's a lot of like supernatural stuff that's kind of open to interpretation. But the main thing is the gore. There's like all kinds of gore in this. There's like eyes popping out. It's just it's slow and meticulous. Just the woman's head is just being pushed back towards a nail and right in there. Another one, there's a woman that goes into the hospital to get her husband's body that was killed at the hotel, and a bottle of acid falls over and pours on her face, and it just melts her face off. Another one is the dead are coming to get Emily, I guess to take her back to hell, and the dog fights him off, and then the dog turns on her and starts chewing her throat out. And then one of the other scenes, the one with Lucio Fulci, that he's in the library, another guy falls off the ladder when he's getting the book, and spiders come out and just start ripping his face apart. This is like this. It was heavily censored back when it was distributed on VHS and stuff like that. But this, like, the version that I was able to see was the uncut one, which had all the gore and everything. Alright, so if you can get you a copy of The Beyond, I believe it's on Blu-ray now, check it out. It will be worth it. Check out Lucio Fulci's other masterpieces.